Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Prince Harry deeply upset by King Charles's decision over Prince Andrew. King Charles has reportedly been pushing for Prince Andrew to move into Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's old home. Prince Harry is said to be deeply upset that his father King Charles has plans to move the disgraced Prince Andrew into Frogmore Cottage. Harry and his wife Meghan Markle were formerly based at the Windsor property when they were still working royals and were only officially evicted last year. While there, the couple gave the four-bedroom property a huge renovation costing £2.4 million, although their current home in Montecito is worth a staggering £12 million. The Duke of York currently lives at Royal Lodge close by in Windsor, and he is not keen to downsize from the home he has lived in for over 20 years. Royal author Tom Quinn told The Mirror, however deep the rift with his father and brother, Harry always had hopes that he and Meghan might eventually be allowed to re-establish Frogmore Cottage at Windsor as their UK base. He will be deeply upset at the prospect of his uncle Prince Andrew moving into Frogmore, a very real prospect, as King Charles insists that Andrew cannot continue to live at Royal Lodge, the 30-room mansion on the Windsor estate where Andrew has lived for decades. Prince Andrew is also no longer a working royal, as he was forced to step down following his car crash Newsnight interview with Emily Maitlis in 2019. Questions had arisen over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew being accused of sexual assault by Virginia Gifford. The case was later settled out of court. Andrew has always vehemently denied the allegations against him. Andrew was always thought to be the late Queen Elizabeth's favorite son, but with Charles on the throne, he can no longer expect preferential treatment. Mr. Quinn elaborated, Andrew is furious that despite his pleas to his brother to be allowed to stay at a royal lodge, he has been given his marching orders. The spat has been going on for some time. Always bullish and overly confident, Andrew was convinced that if he stood firm and continued to refuse to move, his brother would give way. But now that Charles is king, this is not going to happen. Moving Andrew into Frogmore would also solve another hairy problem for the king, as Mr. Quinn explained. For King Charles, forcing Andrew to move to Frogmore solves several problems at once. It sends a message to Harry that, as a private citizen and no longer a working royal, he will never be allowed back to Frogmore. It sends a message to Andrew that, having disgraced himself, he can no longer expect to live in the grand style. And, finally, it means that a suitably grand residence can be made ready for the royals who really matter, William and Kate. Charles is determined that Royal Lodge is the only residence on the royal estate at Windsor that is big enough and regal enough for his heir.